to the scenes here on this dusky evening here in Roccaraso, and you join us for our last feature match this evening. Television broadcasting of Italy. Rai come in and do some special broadcasts and all over Italy on their what an outstanding result, and all of Italy must be cheering from the rafters, and it'll be a really busy and buzzing town tonight as the locals celebrate, bending over backwards to really make this happen. We owe them a great debt of gratitude, and we owe these players our attention as we begin the final match of the evening between Team Switzerland and Team Spain. And the interest in this match is definitely all about how these two teams will shape up. In the eyes of those teams that are feeling so confident and certain that they'll be there in the finals, that the Czechs, the Canadians, and now almost certainly the Italians after that display. And what about the French, whose names was on everyone's lips? You can be certain that they'll be coming back strong. For me, it'll be really interesting tonight to see if, in terms of style and approach to the game, if there's anything between these two sides. Players who will have likely come across each other quite frequently across the divide of their national federations, as they likely all play in European leagues at the top level, of which there are a number where you can earn at least somewhat of a living, particularly in Spain right now, where I know a number of players who I've played with back in the top days. Here's the danger from Team Switzerland. Caught the Spanish team within a little bit of confusion. So good hands there. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't have a number 3 on the team sheet, so I'll get back to you. Spain going forward quite brightly now. Got a bit of a spring in their step on this line. Cabrera settling the puck at the back, followed by Andrea Thomas. Good passing, good movement forward. Spain looked very bright here. Mario Diaz cutting through the center. So yeah, let's look at strengths and weaknesses for these two teams and see how that might stack up in terms of how they would end up playing some of the bigger boys. Wow, these guys are pretty big boys too. Number 29, Silvano Achenberger, sitting for his troubles. And we're just missing the dulcet tones of our arena announcer on that, so while I was yabbing away, I didn't quite see the penalty, so I'll get back to you as soon as I'm confirmed what that is. But we're on a power play. The Swiss absorbing a little bit of the Spanish early attack and early energy, now having to do twice the work.
Penalty at minute 274.
Spanish look good.
Of first period.
Good hands, quick.
Number 29 of Team Switzerland for hooking.
There we are. She's back. And hooking is the call. certainly, I guess, on first glance, as I analyze these two teams and the way that they're playing, there's a little bit more static play. Now, I guess that could be because they might find themselves more willing to turn and quickly change direction, and so they can find themselves sat still in a position that they like, and then quickly move, turn of pace being one of their tricks. Whereas you'll see the Czechs and the Canadians, as I described earlier on in my commentary today, with a cycle that's really well organized and really well patterned, very difficult to defend against. But here we've got some very artistic passing going on. Pretty clean. Shots coming in from all sides. There's a bit of a scramble in front. Swiss keeper still not possessed it. The big man, the big ref, Joel, just leaning over the desk of the net, peering down to see if he can see the puck then. Just having a quick word with the keeper about precisely why and when he's going to blow the whistle. Very unperturbable Joel there. Knows the game extremely well and is equally as passionate about it as many of the players out here representing their national federations and their countries and their flags today. Spanish movement there, very, very rapid. Alberto Bernabeu looked fiercely quick. And then they break really quickly again. 3-on-2, but some fabulous back checking there from Manuel Heinrich, Noah. Hunziker settling things down. Now with Camber, all on his own. Has to send it back. A little bit more square, which is definitely a game that I'm familiar with, having played most of my inline in GB. And a good evening to any of those old chaps who are still lurking around watching the stream at this hour in the night. Fabulous hands there, and the Swiss get a turn of pace. A lot of potential there. Lucas Dietrich taking everyone for a walk, and no one can catch him, but this is the danger. Spain, 2-on-1, opportunity, oh. Well, I would absolutely love if anyone from the Spanish side, or anyone watching who knows a bit about the Spanish game, could tell me who number 9 is, because there's no number 9 on my team sheet. So the mystery player number 9 did a fantastic job there before he quickly escaped to his bench for a rest. Now there's some nice cycling going on. Actually, that's a very organized cycle from Spain, and very quick too. Much quicker than we saw the Czechs and the Canadians pulling it off earlier on. Smartly deflected by the keeper to keep the puck in play. Spain are all over some of this stuff. Oh, great hands. So light on their feet. Really quick. Tack, tack, tack. Wants the pass. And the Swiss, desperately defending there, managed to absorb it. That was quick. I can definitely see why people are talking about Spain as very good potential to run all the way deep into the finals coming up this weekend. Book your slot. Here's danger. Sadly, also not a number 8 on my team sheet, so mystery player number 8 and mystery player number 9. A rustling net, making Lucas Camber think that there was a goal, but no such luck. And now Spain break, managing to bunch up the Swiss all together as they were rolling backwards to defend. And Hunziker calls to the bench to get off really quickly. He blew himself out, chasing that Spanish pack around. Anyone would. Mystery player, very talented, quite light and lively character, number 8 from Team España. Capturing everyone's attention. Receiving it back as they cycle around in the neutral zone. Long pass to the lone striker, the number 9 from the Spanish side. Eichenberger pushing in front. Switzerland in decent positions in front of the Spanish keeper. Couldn't keep it off the Spanish stick. And we go forward again. Spain still very bright, not running out of energy. Roberto Romero. I think wheel to wheel, it just looks to me like Spain have just got the edge on most of the Swiss players. Lucas Camber struggling to get it out. Spanish pressure coming in. Wanted to pick that puck out. That was difficult. Swiss trying a little bit of a longer play here. Fabian Wilger runs after it as it goes around. Ah, that's really clever. When I learn your name, I'm going to remember it. Number 9. Oh, fantastic. Good patience and opportunity. And boy, that was just the way he turns. He's so little. He's like a little lotus. The car, not the flower. Twisting and turning, perfect suspension. Hands, oh! Lauer quickly putting his hands up to say no goal. And it sounded, I heard two pings for sure. So that must have ridden its way around the plane of the net in a circle. No 24 on here either. Okay. Must have a word with the Spanish administrator. If they wish for me to say their names, then I must know their names. I wish I did, because I'd love to shout out and say how fantastic that was. .32, long shot while the defense of the Swiss were out of position and distracted by watching the puck up high. Potted neatly behind everyone's back.
Goal at minute 10:89 of first period. Assist by number 21, scored for Team Spain, player number 27.
And it is Spain who open up the account first. Started much the brighter and look pound for pound in terms of speed, just a little bit quicker than the Swiss when it really counts. Can the Swiss cash in on something a little different that will disrupt what the Spanish seem to be able to do at the click of a finger, the tap of a stick? So this is a really quick break. Look at that. Turn of direction, clean passing, heads up, good save. Sylvain Brunner, the keeper, in for this half for the Swiss. Doing a good job there. Dietrich, good hands. Heinrich. Dietrich, trying to break out. Feeling a little bit of pressure, struggling. Hunziker didn't quite get a handle on that, and oh, look at that, fabulous drive forward, great hands. A youthful approach to the game, that's for sure, lots of the dipsy doodles. But don't they just seem to work? '25. Aha, a name. 25. Brilliant. Alberto Bernabeu. And the Spanish sides are definitely keen on driving, a bit like we were hoping that the Colombians would do a little bit earlier on, taking players on face to face directly and using their body movement, dropping of shoulders, twisting and turning to displace and offset the defender. Daryl Carmona there just giving his marker a little tip tap as he walks by, surely out of respect or frustration. Cheeky little shovel pass didn't quite work. Stigger reclaims. Swiss breakout. Let's see the setup. Got to get a set of fresh boots on first. Perhaps not the smoothest, but no real danger. Sylvain Idri. Compressed into the boards. Players coming along and having a little sit. There's only one goal in it, and so there's plenty of action yet to see from the Swiss team. Although they don't seem to be troubling the Spanish too much yet, it might be a mistake that is the ticket. But they seem to be coming few and far between, and there's some pretty deadly shots coming in. Seems to be quite a good thing for the Spanish. They're firing in practically from the center spot, and they're getting players in behind secretly. Look, there's another example. Mystery player number 24 from Spain, who also does not appear on my team sheet. '32 does, Mario Diaz. And here it is. Up high on point and firing pucks directly down Main Street to see if anyone's in behind, and that seems to be where the Spanish players are getting in behind. That shot just going directly towards the keeper, and well taken off the pad. And a little timeout just to catch our breath with 4 minutes left in the first half. Spain probably could have had at least half a dozen so far, but for the efforts of Silva and Bruno. Swiss coach on the bench seems relatively calm, talking about the plan and sticking to a plan and maybe just executing it a little bit better. A couple of fan shots by the mystery Spanish player number 9. Fabulous little unit. Moves brilliantly well. And the Spanish, I really like the way that they are focused on the prize here when they go forwards towards the goal. They're taking their shots and they're following up with the rebounds. Seen at different levels of play all together. Players often taking their shots and turning away. Very difficult skill to learn. Keeping your eye on that puck, watching for those rebounds, and then staying on target. Eyes on the prize. Spanish are doing that aplenty. Set up for a little face-off in the Swiss zone. 4 minutes left to play in the first half. Turning like he's on rails, mystery player number 8 from Spain. No, number 14 either. Okay. Do we have a 44? Yes. Marcos Perez. Turning, delivering to the point. Trying to find a way through. Slap shot. Great shot. So fully capable of a shotgun as well as whipping around in that little Ferrari he's got. Spain defending under a little bit of pressure there, but happy to work in close quarters as well as much longer passing. Very tidy. And here comes some dangerous pace, pouring forward. I think they like the wind in their hair. Good stretch play now. Sven Reuner picking up some scraps and then driving towards the net, but a little bit too much on his own. Well defended that. Back checking by Eichenberger. Eichenberger again. Takes and turns, rolls his player. Long shot, maybe looking for a rebound there. Comes off to another player. Swiss still in possession, but have to kind of reset a little bit too far out. And Hunziker just had to go and fetch a little bit too deeply. Let Spanish change their boots. Hunziker from out far took a deflection early and was no threat for the keeper in between the Spanish sticks. Swiss having a nice little patch of possession, which will help boost their confidence. And then now maybe we'll see a little bit of their toolkit. We're in danger of falling into national stereotypes here, but if they do have a toolkit, do you think it'll be very, very, very small tools, screwdrivers? Fine precision, but coming from the Spanish. The Swiss seemingly boxed up there. They're very dangerous, though. Good save, but almost picked up by someone wearing number 27. I'd love to meet him. Seems to be a sort of an equilibrium established here in play. Both teams obviously can hold the puck and run with it and move it around, but nothing sort of definitive, nothing that's going to make a particular difference. And there seems to be just an equilibrium occurring that saw us right through to the end of the half. So far, only España has managed to push something past the Swiss defense. And I think that there's something yet left that we've not seen from the Swiss yet, if they're holding it back or are just unable to really express it because of the fact that they are spending an awful lot of time chasing the wind. And in an interesting twist, only just now for the first time, beautiful weather here in the center of Italy, felt a cool breeze whipping up from up here in my not so lofty perch. A beautiful place to look at in this spot, a beautiful spot to look as we watch sort of one after another of the Spanish attacks, and perhaps a slightly rarer occurrence there with the Swiss with great hands from the Spanish, and then superb positioning, placing the mysterious number 27 precisely where they needed to be. And that seems to be habitual for the Spanish, so it's likely been drilled. Pretty precise there, number 31, Swiss keeper Sylvain Brunner, earning every bit of his corn. Congratulations, and your messages to the players as I bump into them in and around this beautiful little village up here in the hills. A couple of hours drive up the windy roads from Rome. Oh, cheeky little trip there. Actually, yeah, probably again a case of more misfortune than intention. But the Swiss having to do an awful lot to defend there. Lucas Camber quickly changing direction to clear that puck out of a very dangerous zone. And taking one for the team there. So now this is an opportunity for the Swiss to capitalize and apply some of the precision that they're certainly capable of. Marcos Perez, the captain, will sit and watch his team defend. And can they do that as well as they go and attack? Attacking, they look fierce, like the wind. But in defense, are they equally technical? Let's see.
20 seconds
Dietrich.
of second period.
Oh, great
2
shot.
minutes to
Moved
number
into a little gap,
24 of Team
but well
Spain
picked up.
for tripping.
Spanish keeper in this second half, David Ross. Shot deflected. Swiss quickly recover. Waiting to pick their spots. Hunziker. Again, shot deflected. Well defended, the Spanish there. Turns out they're good at that too. That spells danger for the team that faces them if they can continue to play like this and end up in the quarterfinals. Hunziker digs. This is dangerous. Oh, shot went wide. Had the right idea, but didn't execute. Hunziker again at the top. Now swapping over with Dietrich. Farah. Dietrich. Siling in and picking the spots. Spain go 4-on-4. If this is a turner up here, this could be dangerous, but good physical play there. Hunziker did really well to just hold off that Spanish player who was crawling up on top of him for a bit of a shoulder carry. Now the Swiss get a chance to stretch some legs, going forward really well, taking an awful lot of punishment. The keeper did well there. David Rosmush. The beginning of this second half, play seems to be a little bit more open now. Perhaps the halftime break, just what the Swiss needed to engage with a little bit more of their plan. Still being quite compressed in their sides, unable to clear out of that green zone. Yeah, look at this, really being held at station. Can't break out of the Alps. But this looks a little bit better. Heinrich, shot. Looking for Hunziker in the front of the net, but not happening. The Hunziker maybe just drifted out of position there a little bit and might have been able to capitalize on something like that. Good pressure, Hunziker. Still not enough. Can Camber now settle in and set up a breakout? Got a super stretch going on now, so one Swiss player parking on the porch in front of the Spanish keeper. He picks that up. Doesn't like the crossing pass to the man at speed, so he turns it around. So there's definitely a difference here, because you would have seen the more ice hockey pedigree teams really using the cycle there and dominating that neutral zone, but you're now seeing the Swiss split. more going from end to end and applying themselves a little bit closer to the boards, trying to open up the Spanish down the middle. Lucas Dietrich. Hunziker now exploring. Oh, got to a dangerous position there. Roth shut the door. Probably just with one of his wheels there. It looked like it was a sharp angle. Could have maybe trickled in through a post or whatever. Nothing doing. Note to teams in this group. These two keepers are good. Very strong, very difficult to beat. Oh, this is dangerous, look. Spain just firing, again, direct route one, individually, taking on players, twisting around them. But this is the same thing going right back the other way. And maybe now, certainly, I can see the difference in pace and speed starting to even out, for sure. Now it looks a little bit more like two very evenly matched teams on wheels alone. And the Swiss are catching up. Maybe having worn the Spanish side down, being slightly more physical. Or maybe the Spanish have just used up all their boost. Nice little turn. Spain clear. Two at pace, little traffic. Well saved, but I'm pretty sure that Brunner didn't know where that had gone after it deflected off his chest. And then scooped up by Ross very smartly. Snatched out of thin air like a tsetse fly in the Pyrenees. Referee just waiting for the Spanish player to roll outside of the hash marks. And we'll have a restart of that face-off. Spanish not done pressurizing the Swiss team. Little mini break here, but look at that back checking. So quick. Probably looked a little more dangerous than it was. That was a pretty heavy effort there. That was absolutely going for his life then, but undisturbed. Sven Rohner taking that face off. Steger on the forecheck. Eichenberger rolls in as well to support. The Spanish can break out. Here they go. Straight down Las Ramblas. And taking a quick shot on Sylvain Brunner, but he swipes it away like it's nothing. "12 minutes remaining. in this second half. Spanish only leading by 1-0. A bright bit of brilliance right from the start. But since then, the Swiss have been able to withstand the pressure on defense and contain the relentless attacks, and are now beginning to put together a few more of their own with a little bit of gusto. But the tactic of this forecheck really strong. Spanish are really pushing them. Fresh set of boots for the Swiss team. Oh, and while they were distracted, the Spanish absolutely knew what to do. They could spot an opportunity, and heads were down just a little bit. You can't forget that this little snake will bite. And there's that stretch play again, catching the Swiss player, maybe watching the bench too much. Lucas Camber caught with his attention divided. And Spain capitalize on one little mistake. And it's only just a little mistake that means all the difference in this match so far. España 2, Switzerland 0. A little bit scrappy there. Now here's a little bit of a stretch. Can they make it count? From Swiss. Inseker. Can't do it. Spanish back checking really good. Oh, look at this. Turned him right through the boards, found a space, passing 1-2. Oh, that's clever. The normal rush of blood to the head that causes many a striker to fan shots like that didn't perturb those two, and they were very happy to play footloose and fancy free right in front of the bewildered Sylvain Brunner. Bewildered that it didn't go in. Spanish experience showing there, playing it very cool. And here we go. Lotus Esprit takes a shot from in between the face-off circles. Switzerland returned the favor. Oh! And I'm not even sure he thought it could go in, but it was a very worthy shot. Scored there by Silvano Eichenberger, who pushed the puck forward and let it fly with his wrist. Out of stretch, getting really buzzed and pushed. Twisted. And the keeper, well, that's Ross not really shutting the door with the pad there. Certainly had caught it, knew where it was going, but didn't slam the mattress down on the pad hard enough, and it trickled through. So referee's just coming for a referee's timeout, rink timeout for wet patch.
Goal at minute 10:56 of second period. Assist by number 9. Score for Team Switzerland.
And now I wonder if that will lift the Swiss team, who certainly have enough on their bench to be able to come back into this game. Little mistakes being maybe the only deciding factor so far in two seemingly quite evenly balanced teams. Maybe at times the Spanish a touch more pace from some when needed. Maybe the Swiss slightly more physical, slightly bigger, harder to dispossess. But otherwise, not an awful lot. So maybe it's only mistakes that will tell. We've got 9 minutes and 44 seconds left to discover in this final commentary match this evening from the World Inline Hockey Championships in Roccaraso. Nice clearance. Spanish can break out. Oh, and there's a speculative shot that once again tests the keeper. Swiss have a chance here, pulling through. Oh, just hoping the puck will follow him to the goal. Hunziker there. But magnets seemingly only exist in check sticks. Oh, danger areas. And the Spanish using again those quick hands, quick heads, quick thinking. Spanish player 24 tapping the stick, wanting a little bit of a feed up high for a slap shot. Oh, Swiss clear, but not professionally. And it still keeps that Spanish pressure on. Still stuck in the green zone. And there's some pace now, they move out. He's gonna have to do it on his own, but couldn't. Had to do too much work. Sylvain Edry. Oh, danger. Almost a no-look shot. Once again, Brunner. Solid. You can see in the replay he'd spotted it all the way. Tilting his head to look through all the branches. Doesn't quite gather that. Felt like his defender could take it out. Try and build some momentum with 7 minutes left. Swiss only need another to at least bring things back level. 2 would be better. And struggling to, again, having a bit of a patch where they just can't get it past this center line. There it goes, and straight back again. Didn't fancy his chances, Henrik. Maybe this time. The Spanish dominating the neutral zone because the Swiss can't shake loose their defender. Can't get enough space to kind of make the maneuver. Spanish all around them like hornets. Oh, there's those little mistakes that might just come into play there. Lukas Dietrich maybe just feeling a little bit tired. Just sliding a little bit late into the evening here. Normally the Spanish would be just having dinner. They're just getting ready to go out. And Spanish number 8, the mystery player. A little Lotus with a Ferrari engine. Puts himself in again in the right position, taking a delightful pass from a player whose name I do have, Josef Thomas. And a nice little combo. That now makes the Swiss task of evening up even harder. And again, it's just those little mistakes that are telling.
14:67 of second period. Assisted by number 34, Scott for Team Spain, playing number 8.
Spanish players losing their sticks as they try to disrupt the movement. Swiss not giving up yet. Spanish pass at distance really well too, which is just makes it so hard to capture. And I mean, that was absolute classic. Snakes and ladders, straight up the wings on either side, passing in a zigzag. The Swiss just couldn't follow them. Four minutes now and 54 seconds. Let's see what they can do. Definitely need to spend a couple of boosts and pick up. Can't wait to rely on mistakes from the Spanish. They're very too few and far between. Break forward in numbers, but the Spanish back check rapidly returns. And then here we go. Route 1, take him on, face to face, all the way around. Didn't quite get to the backhand, it was cleared by the keeper. Really, really well done. Deflection sends the puck back in the opposite direction. Long shot, see if a rebound could pop out, but no such luck. Spanish happy not to run out of space and support. Get some fresh boots on, and here we go. Quickness. And a little cheeky there, inviting the Swiss players to sort of take him on and chase him, and then spitting it back. And another little cheeky turn that's just maybe sucking the psychological energy out of the Swiss. As they fight the urge to try and chase a team which is now slightly running at a higher engine level. Pass roughly taken off the boards. Try again. This is a better cycling pattern from the Swiss. Pressing it forward. Great single effort there from Heinrich. And then look at this. The cycle in the neutral zone being pressed and pressed and pressed out. Lucas Dietrich. Rona. Stega. You can see for yourself how hard it is for them to find a breakthrough. Just something disturbing them every single time. It's tight. It's going to have to be something a little bit extra specially creative. It's not just going to be plan A. It's going to be a little bit flair, Something a little bit dynamic, maybe a little bit of improvisation that's going to have to come out of one of these players in order for them to get back. Time might have just passed for them to be able to do that. It's not quite over until the buzzer goes, and it won't for another 1 minute 20. But as it stands, Spain still slightly the brighter. There's a great pass, good positioning. Swiss defenders slightly out of position. And you will find the puck in the back of the net, in behind Brunner, who couldn't help that. Can't be in two places at once. And the whippet from Spain, the mystery man, number 8, whose name I will find for you and proudly shout out. You will remember it when we get it on the team sheet correctly.
Switzerland, goal at minute 18:92 of second period, assisted by number 29, scored for Team Spain, player number 8.
Coach, Swiss coach Friedel there, trying to find one of the plans that could possibly tell. Sylvain Brunner doing a ton of work tonight in only just his opening match. Does well to keep it to 4 because there have been many, many, many other opportunities. And there might be some yet. 1 minute is plenty of time when you fly like the wind. A minute to go in the last of our commentary matches today. Thanks to everyone who's joined us. Tune in tomorrow for more of the same. Oh, here we go, finally. Right place, right time. Just couldn't make it count. Great effort. That's the physical effort that's required to force these Spanish to cough up the puck and then make it yours. But first they're going to have to chase this. Pucks flying, players flying, buzzing everywhere. Spanish Hornets. Oh, great pass, at pace, smooth. Oh, and it's called. It looked good from here, but it pinged in and out straight away. But I think that was right up inside and then out of the top of the goal, making it a pretty outstanding effort, and we'll see it on the replay. Oh. Well, didn't go in off the ping, but off the back of the keeper, so unstoppable. And Brunner might feel far more disappointed than he really should, because actually he's done some great work and kept out some fearsome, fabulous shots. The ones that were scored on him were unstoppable. And in the end, despite some brave effort from the Swiss team, more than just a hair's breadth between them, Spanish being able to outlast the Swiss and remain fully energetic right to the end, meaning that the Swiss couldn't catch, couldn't disrupt,